Today we're going to paint this, a glass of wine at sunset. Doesn't get much simpler, does it? So the challenge is the light in the glass, the light in the distance. That's it. The rest of it is pretty much a straightforward landscape. Okay, let me show you how I did that right now. Okay, well, I've been doing so many paintings lately that have a lot of green in them. I thought I would do something that has a little bit of gray and a little bit of red. As you know, if you saw the opening, it's going to be wine, a glass of wine. So, it should be pretty easy. I really probably should sketch it out first. You know, I'm kind of taking a risk here doing it this way. So, I think what I'll do, let me spread out the water a little bit. Right now it's dirty water. That's what I call it, dirty water. Let me see. I want to make a glass of wine. Almost like we're looking up at it. We'll come down here. I guess I could sketch with the dirty water. Right? Just like that. Just like that. A little bit of down here. Maybe it's too forward here. Well, that's one good reason to try to sketch it out. All right, let me sketch it out first. I think my watercolor sketch helped me figure out what I don't want. So what I don't want is it that big. Just gonna sketch it like that. One of the things I have to remember is all the lights. Just come down here like this. Yeah, that looks good, I guess. So yesterday, let me tell you what I did yesterday. Robin and I went walking, we went hiking, and it was a hike. Hike is a good word for it because it was a hike. And it was through the woods. It was to a river. In our area, there's a river called Withlacoochee River. Actually, there's more than one river, but the Withlacoochee is the one we went to. So we walked through the woods on this trail called Oxbow Trail, O-X-B-O-W. And it wasn't a very well marked trail. So we got lost a little bit. We didn't have to. Now, later on, let me explain something. Later on, we figured out what we did wrong. But once you do something wrong and you no longer have a like trees that are marked, because these trees were marked. Once you no longer have that, then you're kind of lost. You're stuck in the woods. Except for the modern miracle called iPhone. I was able to use my iPhone map to show me where I was. And since I knew we wanted to get to the river, we just started walking through the woods to the river. There was no trail, though. It was just a walk through the woods to the river. And that was interesting because we didn't really know where we were, but my phone was making us feel confident that we were going in the right direction. Yeah, that looks like a good glass right there. I want to put it on a table, but I want this to be like at the ocean. So I'm going to put a table here. Just a table. Just the edge of a table. Does that look right? I guess so. And then we'll have, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I want to do here. All right, let's get back to where I was. So to my story now, we were walking on the trail, and it was a nice day. It was kind of cool, and I always am concerned that we might come across some critter. I'm not too worried about raccoons. I'm not too worried about armadillos, and I really don't have much worry for deer, but I do worry about bears. And so I'm going to be honest with you, I was worried about bears. So we walked to the river, and we found the river, and it was beautiful. The Withlacoochee River was just beautiful. And you know, I what did I want to tell you? I was a little leery of alligators at the river because alligators are in that river. Now, I floated in an inner tube down the Rainbow River, which is not the same as the Withlacoochee, but they connect to each other. So it's something I have done, and I know I've seen alligators in there. I've tubed in an inner tube like ever since I was a teenager, like 17. I would tube down that river almost every summer. I'd say every summer. And it's beautiful, but there are alligators, and you know, it's funny, when you're young you like don't worry about it. Now that I'm old, I worry about it. I never worried about it back then, but I was worrying about it yesterday. So that's how that went down. But it was beautiful. We got some nice video out of it, and an airboat went by, and we saw some, like, the remnants of a campfire where somebody had been camping out there, like primitive camping. And that was pretty cool to see too, that somebody had been out there camping. Just putting some wet. Let's get this wet here. Just making it dark here, just give it some contrast. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be the ocean. I think this is just going to be like a landscape or something. Yeah, let that dry, and then it'll give me an opportunity to make it a little bit darker. A little bit of growth happening on the horizon, I guess. A little bit of stuff happening over there. A bit dark down here. Now let's try to put in what I think would be the good color. Whoops, paintbrush fell apart. This is that one crazy paintbrush I have that always falls apart. Let's try to go for the purple, the very dark purple. I know red wine is not purple wine. I'm just using that as a base. Just as a base. Now let's get some deep red in there. Put it at the top. Keeping that area right there, a little bit light. Let me go back to the orange and the red. Just get the colors richer in the sky here. Keep bringing it up. This yellow in here. Again, bring it up to the blue. Let's get some blue in there. Let's add some purple in there too. A little bit of purple in the sky. Probably makes sense. So, how you guys doing? I always wonder about you guys. Thanks for writing the things you write. You write so nice things, and I'm glad that you like the art. I'm glad that it's inspiring you. I'm glad that doing art for other people is something that's appealing to you. I think when I was a kid, I have a little story to tell you. When I was a kid, my aunt did a painting, a nice painting of some flowers, and she gave it to my parents as a gift. My father, for some reason, didn't want to hang it up in the house where people would see it. He just didn't want to hang it up. And it was not a bad painting. I think he had a problem with her more than with the painting. But anyway, so ever since then, I've always been like reluctant to give people paintings because they might say, well, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I don't really like that. I'm going to pretend I do, but I don't really. And I'm going to put it away in the garage or in the attic and kind of forget about it. And hopefully you do too. So that's one of the main reasons why I like painting these cards. Because the cards are a way to have a piece of art, but it's not so intrusive. You know, it sits on your desk or it sits in the desk. I don't know what I did there. I shouldn't have done that. I don't know what I did there. That's not the table, that's the background. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, so yeah, when you have little cards, 5x7 cards, it's not so intrusive. Now that's not to say that I don't do big paintings. I do 16 by 20, and I do a lot of digital that's 21 by 27, but that's digital. You don't have to print them that size. That's kind of the beauty of digital. You can make them whatever size you want, you know, as long as it doesn't get pixelated and problematic that way. Problematic. Anyway, regardless of everything I just said, it is nice to give away the art to people. I think I might have told you in a previous video that I gave away art the other day, March 12th, more than the other day, a couple weeks ago, whatever. March 12th was National or International Art and Found Day. And so the idea is you create a piece of art with the intent of just giving it away, just leaving it someplace for somebody to find. And you put a note on it, you know, so the person who finds it knows, oh, I found something. I found something pretty cool. And so that's what we did. Robin and I, she hid some too. So we hid the art here in our town and left it with a note on it for people to find. And somebody found it, because I went back to the park where I left it on a park bench, and somebody found it. Now nobody, like we had a hashtag on it. If you find it, we had instructions. If you find it, put a hashtag Art and Found Day or something like that. And I kept going back to that Art and Found Day site, but nobody ever said they found it. So you might have seen it. It used to be behind me on the easel. And it was two little babies at the beach, just giggling because the surf was crashing against their backs, and they were just giggling. And it was actually based on a moment that I witnessed when I was at the beach. I did not have a camera with a zoom lens or anything, but I did try to take pictures of them. And it was very, very pixelated, very far away. I couldn't really see what I was doing. But I had enough of reference that I could use it. And one of the babies was African American and one was white. And so I called it Martin's Dream Come True, referencing Martin Luther King Jr. His I Have a Dream speech, where all the little children that he knew and his grandchildren would one day get along with and play with all the kids that were the white kids. So I thought that was a good name for it. But then I thought, I don't want anybody to think I'm making a political statement, even though I sort of kind of am. I just wanted a nice picture of some babies. So I renamed it Beach Buddies. But you know, when I put it out there, I did write on the back that it was originally titled Martin's Dream Come True. So whoever found it would understand. And I don't know if anybody found it. Somebody must have found it because it's gone. So that's okay. All right, you see all these little pieces of paper that got beaded up on here? It's probably because I was putting too much water on here. But let me get those things up. And while I'm doing that, it'll dry and I can add more definition to the picture. Little tiny pieces of paper, little spots. Probably would be okay to keep them there, give a little personality or something. But they come up easy, and it doesn't take that long to get them all. See it? I don't know if you could see them at all or not. Do you know what I saw a video of that I think is amazing? Somebody had this, I guess like a microscopic camera or something, and the video was of a heart of a snail. Somebody had a snail heart, actually. Isn't that amazing? A little tiny snail. You gotta get this yellow in here. Yeah, God is amazing. He makes little tiny snails. They have a heart just like you and I do. Just like you and I have a heart. Just get some of that up. Make it a little bit lighter in there. Let the sun be coming through. The sunlight coming through the reflection of the glass. There we go. That looks all right. Now let's get this real tiny. Real tiny. Very tiny, almost like one hair. A little thicker on that side. Right now it looks like an illustration. I don't want it to look like an illustration. Not really. I want it to look like a painting, so I will make sure that I do everything I can to make it look like a painting. So the other day we went into the courthouse here in our county. The reason we went there is because we had read that there was an old courthouse in Ocala, where I live, and that has been torn down for decades, maybe even a century. I'm not really sure, but it has never. I've never seen it. It was never there. But the thing we read said that the courthouse had a clock on it, and I guess that clock was, a big deal. Everybody liked that clock back in those days. Maybe nobody wore a watch. I don't know. But anyway, the mechanism, the clockworks of the clock were in the new courthouse. They were on display in a plexiglass box. So when I read that, I said to Robin, let's go see it, and let's go make a little video about it. Well, the first thing we do when we get to the courthouse is we have to go through this metal detector thing, and have to be able to determine that we're not a threat to anybody. Okay, I get that. So I put my keys in the little basket, and my fob, my key, my car, my phone. What else did I put in there? The fob, the fob, the thing you open your car door with. Put that in there, and anyway, so I see a sign that says no photography, no videography, no video, can't take pictures, can't take video. So I said, oh, okay. And now the guy says to me, what's your purpose for visiting the courthouse? I told him the truth. I said, well, we're here to take pictures and video of the clockworks because we heard that it was here. He said, well, it's on the other side. So I said, oh, okay. And he said, but you're not allowed to take pictures. I said, I see that. I didn't know that until I just now saw the sign. So he said, but I think it's okay to take it on the side of the building that you're going to, which is where the court of the clerk, or the clerk of the court, whatever they call that person, that's where that person is. So, okay, so I'm going to go over there where it's okay to take pictures of stuff. But on the side I was at, it was not okay. So I said, well, that's okay, because I just want to take pictures of the clockworks. Well, I get over there, and there's another guy. And there's no sign that says you can't take pictures over there. But he tells me I can't take pictures over there. And I said, oh. And the guy on the other side said I could take pictures over here. So now I'm pitting one against the other, not intentionally, but come on, I want to take a picture of the thing. I want to show it. I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, it's from the 1800s or something. So I wanted to show it. Well, he told me I couldn't do it. He looked it up in the rule book and he couldn't find it anywhere, but he said, I know that I heard that you can't take pictures in here. So I said, okay, well, we'll go. Now, Robin is not easy. She's stubborn. So she tells the guy, well, I'm going to go ask the other guy. I'm going to ask the lady over there. I said, Robin, the guy just told you. The guy just told you can't take a picture. But she wants to go take a picture anyway. She wants to go ask. So I convinced her, don't ask it. That's like an insult to the guy. That's my Robin for you. That's how she is. She's wonderful. She's an amazing lady. I'm trying to get this like a light here to look like it's coming through and kind of just obscuring what's happening here in the glass. Try to blend it all in here. Yeah, be careful not to get it too muddy looking. I think I want to get that a little bit darker. Spread it out. Let's get some of this down here, reflecting off this table here. We want to keep this light here. That light should be reflecting off the table. Just keep working it. So I guess the rest of the story was I didn't take the picture. There's no way. There's no way I was going to risk getting in trouble with the law. Once you get into the system, it's hard to get out of the system. You don't want to be in the system. That's what I always heard. I actually worked for the juvenile justice system when I was younger. Yep, I sure did.
Hi, this is Walgreens.
Walgreens is calling me.
About a prescription that's ready for Larry Riddler.
Okay.
To opt out of future prescription update calls, press 7.
Okay.
If you're Larry or their authorized caregiver, press 1. If not, press OK. For security, enter your date of birth, month, day, and year. Thanks. Your Sotalol 80 milligram tablets is ready, and your out-of-pocket cost is $5.13. By the way, the pharmacy will be fully closed for a meal break from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. To hear your order update again, press 1.
Okay. That's all I needed to hear. Don't need to hear anymore. So just keep working it until it looks the way I want it to look. I'll put some yellow in there. In fact, I should probably put some, like a very light color on the inside. Put some background trees or something. Something over here. out of focus. I'm going to have to put some water on there and spread it out a little bit. Create that out of focus look, you know. This person is sitting on their porch. That's what they're doing. They're drinking wine, watching the sunset. Put a little more water on there. A little bit. I one time did one of those paint and wine and paint things, you know, where they serve wine and little tiny foods and then everybody paints. I was one of 2 men in the whole place. The rest was all ladies. And guess what their subject was? It was 2 glasses of wine. So I painted 2 glasses of wine and then I gave it to them so they could auction it off. So that was fun, actually. It was kind of fun. I went with Robin and her mom. They had a good time too. Sometimes we drive here in Florida, we'll drive just a short distance away. And it's amazing how the greenery, the trees are not all the same. Like you just go 40 miles away and you see trees that you don't see here. It's pretty incredible. In Ocala here, we have a lot of crepe myrtles. They seem to be everywhere, and they're really pretty when they blossom. But for some reason, they're not in like the neighboring cities. So I don't know if that was by design or if somebody brought them here and like some city planner decided to put a bunch of crepe myrtles in Ocala. Yeah. I'm trying to just kind of darken this whole area here. But I do think it probably needs a little bit of color in there. Just because, like I said at the beginning, I've been doing so many things in green, but I wanted to do something that was a little bit red today. When I was doing all the Christmas cards back at Christmas time, everything was snow. I got tired of doing snow pictures. So then it was refreshing to start to do green pictures in springtime. Oh, that's right. This is Easter coming up, isn't it? Well, this is a glass of Easter wine then, right? A glass of Easter wine. Clean the brush really good. Get all the color off of the brush. I put some yellow here that I'm not so sure I like. So let me see if I can get that yellow up off of there. Maybe that tree too shouldn't be there. Let's blot it out. Yeah, I kind of didn't like that there. Oh, I hear thunder outside. Oh, it's gonna rain. Sounds like it wants to rain out there. Right now, I'm going to take some of that yellow. And hopefully I can do it very lightly. Let me clean the brush again. Get some of yellow in there. Oh yeah, I hear thunder out there. Yeah, I guess that's good enough. Alright, well, there it is. A glass of wine. Sunset at sunset. I do see one area I can fix. I see a lot of white around the edges that could be filled in. Just bring some of that color in. Just work it in there. I got this messed up over here. See what I did? I messed it up. Hear the thunder. Maybe a little bit of lifting a little bit of color over here would help too. Where that light's refracting around the side of the glass. Here we go. I think that's it. I think I'll call it done. All right. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.